I can just rock the two-handed without the shield for now too.
Okay.
But
sounds good.
I see you did take the shield off of me, and it only dropped my armor by 2, so I figured whatever. That's probably fine.
Okay. All right. So just jumping in here. So this is kind of good. This is gonna be like my on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z. So let's see here. So the party left Neverwinter to deliver a cart of goods to a merchant in Phandalin on behalf of Gundren Rockseeker, a dwarf who goes way back with Chislon and has claimed to found something big near Phandalin. About 3 days into the journey south, the party came upon Gundren and Sildar's horses who had been killed by arrows a day prior. The group was then ambushed by a group of Cragmaw goblins. Reitz, the lawful good paladin, smashed 3 of the goblins with his warhammer, but 1 goblin escaped using a rough trail to the north. After searching the area and deciding Gundren and Sildar were most likely taken by a group of Cragmaw goblins, the group abandoned the cart of goods in the middle of the road, presumably, and set off up the trail. After navigating a 2-hour hike, 5 miles roughly from the ambush site, with navigating a few simple traps along the way, the group exited the woods into a grassy area with a natural cave to the north, assumed to be the local Cragmaw hideout. The group then decides to find safe haven for the night about a mile west of the cave mouth to rememorize spells and get a full night of rest. Feeling refreshed, the group has arrived back at the cave mouth, hoping the extra night of rest didn't cost Gundren and Sildar their lives. There is a large cave in... Let's see here. Okay, and then this is kind of the D&D description here of this current setting, and I'll send you guys there now. I also spent some time kind of pimping out your tokens, so if you don't like them, let me know. We can work something out. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. And Kevin, something else I looked into. So it says the old one. So that's technically your subclass. So anyway, that's what that is. Is that it's like whatever spirit you follow is kind of what you had selected, and the old one was one of the options. Yep. So, all right. So just the D&D description here. So there's a large cave in a hillside with a shallow stream. Where a shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side, or the opposite of the stream. So you can see the narrow path here going into the cave, and then somewhat of a clearing of brush here. And we'll be working with Fog of War through this. Yeah.
I got nothing on my... I just got a blank black.
Can you zoom out? Can you zoom out?
Hold on.
You should have...
Oh, shoot. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, so if you guys zoom out and then just pan to it, you should have about a 8x8 area uncovered.
Got it.
All right. Does everyone see that?
Yep.
All right. Sweet. All right, so let's see here. All right, this should be... All right. So let's see here. All right, so I guess now we're kind of basically, how do we want to approach this cave?
Well, let's see what we got here.
Which one of us had the like high passive inspection thingy or whatever that was? Was that you, Grams?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send him first.
All right. So, Deuce, can I investigate the thickets over here and here?
In 6 seconds, you can investigate one of them, I guess. Well, actually, I guess we're not really in combat here, so yeah, no, that's fine. Let's let's see here. I'm just gonna pull up my stuff. Can you roll a perception check?
Yes. Perception.
And if you guys want to enable 3D dice, I don't know if you already have, but in the settings wheel on the top right, in the middle of your screen, there's enable 3D dice and automatically roll 3D dice options. And those are just kind of cool visuals.
Okay. So, 24.
24. All right. Let's see here. So upon inspection, Chislon hears something coming from up here, some scrambling. So from here,
I think we're missing shade.
Oh,
you fell into a trap.
We're missing.
We'll give him a minute.
Okay.
Unless you guys can start figuring out who you're gonna send forth.
Well, can you remind me again how I find my perception? I see it on the left-hand side of my character sheet. But it's only
it's your character sheet. Let's see here. Oops, shit. Kudu character sheet. You have a 12. So it's the passive wisdom perception check. So it's completely separate on the character sheet. It's just south of your skills listing. So it's like mid left side of your character sheet.
Yeah, tiny little
should be
rectangle.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I got you.
Yep. And then your
staring at me right in the face.
Yep. And then your actual let's see here. Your actual wisdom, the 2, you're a 14, but the modifier is a 2 on a D20. So anyway. All right. We got Kyle back almost. Nope. He's gone. I think you guys can probably keep it rolling. We can catch him up pretty quick. It's D&D. He's not going to miss a ton.
Teats, you're our tank, so why don't you go, man?
Yeah. Can I yell at the bushes over there since I can speak? We presume they're probably goblins there. Can I yell, hey, goblins, show your dirty face?
So goblins do speak common, so they'll understand you. So Reed, you'd have to roll an intimidation check for that.
Right. It was a 9, but I got +3, so it was a 12.
+3, so you're 12. Yep, that let's see here. You see some, let's see here. Oh. So you guys actually see a kind of a ruffling in the bushes, and something fires an arrow out at Reeds. So let's see here. Reeds, what's your armor class?
It's 16 now.
16? Okay.
Yeah.
So short bow check. Let's see here. 22. So that's going to be a hit. And then let's see here. 1d6 plus 2. 6 plus 2.
You guys hear me?
Reeds, you just took 7 damage. I'm sorry.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Kyle.
Yeah, you're back, Kyle.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus, what a mess. All right.
So what you missed is basically these whatever's up there. You had heard something up in the bushes, up in this location. Reitz yelled at them. Wasn't necessarily intimidating shout. He had something catch in his throat, and one of these guys, or sorry, something shot an arrow and struck Reitz in the shoulder and took him down past half his health. I don't understand how people are so squishy in this. I don't understand why you're so squishy in this game, but that's where we're sitting. So,
luckily we have the heaviest heals in
That's
all
right.
of the land.
It's the only thing I'm good at.
So, at this point, let's everybody roll. Everybody roll. What am I trying to say? The let's see here. Initiative, please. So select your token and then go in and select initiative.
Which one is initiative?
On your character sheet, it's right in the middle, right in the top middle.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Everyone, I'm gonna get the turn tracker going. Okay, it looks like they're actually coming in through here. So, Reitz, did you just roll a 7? And then okay, so these are live. So I have Reitz, Drakudu. Is there? I'm not sure why those are.
So you want me to roll again?
Yeah, it didn't pick it up for some reason. Oh, it looks like you're rolling blind, or maybe your color's black. That's what's going on. Okay, you rolled a 20, but it didn't pick it up. So I'm just gonna add you to the initiative here because let's see here. So you rolled a 20, okay. And then Jimmy, it looks like I think you're the only one that we're missing.
Yeah, I thought I rolled a 16.
I'll add it if you think you rolled it. Let's see here, 16. 16.
It showed up in the chat.
And then sweet. Okay, Chislon, you're up first. So your guys are kind of in a rough spot here. You're fighting blind against the bushes.
Okay. Anybody have any idea? Can I let me see. Shoot, I don't know. Are we in
the arrows are coming from this way.
Okay. So are we in combat right now?
Yep, so it's your turn. So you move, make an action.
Okay.
You can also, there's actions that are dodge, which basically increase your evasiveness through the next turn. If you have an idea, I can kind of research how we can handle it. So,
well, I was going to. No, that wouldn't work. I was going to see if I could cast Fireball at these bushes and start them on fire.
Okay. So you're thinking over here, or?
Yeah. Like right here.
Okay.
So
can you do that one more time?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Let me roll, I guess. Did you get that roll?
Yep, so it looks like you rolled 2 fire damage. Okay, so So Chislon then uses Fireball, hits the thicket where you start to see some smoldering and then a light flame appear. It's pretty dry, so anyway, it looks like it's going to continue to spread. So let's see here.
Okay.
And then
I'm just gonna stand here behind Reeds.
okay, sounds good.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep, I'm gonna die.
All right, sounds good. So you guys can't actually see what's back there, but it's their turn. So let's see here. Select. All right, so having seen the fire, we're gonna move away from the bushes.
Looked
What?
like a giant badge took over your.
What?
I'm recording this for purposes of uploading it to the podcast YouTube channel, so that's gonna make it.
Oh, you should have done last days.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. You guys are able to see this guy, right?
This guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
All right, so he's gonna run down to the edge of the water, and then let's see here.
Oh, this is a
He's gonna.
river? Okay.
Oh, sorry. It's a stream. It's a 2-foot stream. So when you cross it, you basically just have to use 10 feet as opposed to 5 to cross
Okay.
it. Just kind of halves your speed. So with that, he's spooked. So he's going to shoot an arrow at let's see here, at Reeds, but it's going to be a disadvantage because he's kind of on the fly here. So let's see here. Just gonna roll that. Okay, and Reeds is able. He's not wearing a shield today, but he does some kind of tuck and dive that doesn't put Chislon in danger either. So the arrow goes flying by the party with no damage. And then let's see here. He's gonna have somebody join him. So kind of a similar situation. The flames are spreading. So this guy's headed for the exit as well. All right, and he's actually going to take the same disadvantage roll shot at the nearest, which would be Reeds. Let's see here. Okay, and then Reeds, what's your armor class? 16?
Yep.
All right, so that one also just misses Reeds over the ear. And it is now Jimmy's turn. Let's see here. Or wait, it looks like it's now Jimmy's turn.
Teets, you took a hit a little bit ago, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it a pretty good one? Do you need a heal or couldn't wait?
Well, I got 5 health left, so
Okay.
I mean, maybe.
Up to you, man.
Jimmy, did you figure out any heals for cantrips, or do you just have
Steve
spells?
was saying that there really aren't any for clerics, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if is that true on other healing races too, Dylan? Do you know, or?
I didn't look into it, to be honest. You do have some protection spells that you should be casting on Reeds. Basically, it makes all rolls, I think, against Reeds a disadvantage throw. So
Okay.
Anytime I say advantage or disadvantage, it means I roll twice and I take the higher for advantage and then the lower for disadvantage rolls, if that makes sense. So if I roll a 15 and a 20 on the advantage, I would take the 20. On the disadvantage, if it's a disadvantage, I take the 15
Okay.
To compare against your armor class or whatever the roll is. So anyway, so that would be a way to prevent damage up front, which would be just as valuable.
Sure. Let's see. Would that be the resistance one that I have? Probably.
I think so. Is that?
Okay.
Do you know if that's a cantrip though?
Yeah, that's in the cantrip category.
Yeah, you should be probably setting that for the entire party. You know, when you get turns to would be my, especially Reeds.
Yep, makes sense. And can you only do one thing per turn, right? And one target? Is that how that works, or?
Let's see here. Can you click on the spell, like the name of it, and it might link it to the chat?
Trying to.
I think there's a little chat bubble.
There we go.
One action, yeah.
All right, let's see here. One action, touch. Oh, and you actually have to be within touch range, so within 5 feet. You're basically, your square has to be touching theirs. Duration, concentration up to 1 minute. Let's see here. Oh, I see. So you actually have to be sitting steady with them. So if you were behind Reeds and touching his shoulder, you basically for a minute. So, 60 seconds. So about 6 rounds is how long you can sit there and do it.
Okay.
But I believe if you do anything that especially breaks the touch, I'm not sure what else would break it, but I think it's concentration. So I believe you're pretty much dedicated to just hanging on the Reeds during those turns.
Sure.
So anyway, it's kind of like a baseball umpire over a catcher. Just
okay.
That's how I kind of see it. So I guess it's nothing that you can cast, which makes sense because that seemed a little OP to be able to cast across the entire group.
Sure.
But anyway, so like Reeds has low health right now. It might be worth doing that. So
yeah.
If you're not going to heal him.
I don't know. I'll leave it up to you, Reeds. If you want to heal now, let's go for it. Otherwise, I can
and
just do resistance.
Something I didn't talk about. So a short rest is an hour, which that's something that like if we kind of get through everything outside the caves and you want to take a short rest, Reeds would heal a lot of his hit points without spells. The problem with using a spell is it takes a long rest to recover, which typically you wouldn't take a long rest in the same session and keep rolling. So it'd be better if you can kind of survive this without using a spell and then basically take a short rest before proceeding. And that way you have spells going into the actual cave itself, if that's what you choose to do. So
yeah, probably should save your spells.
All right.
And hope
Fair
for
enough.
the best.
Let's just do the resistance then. Do I have to get right up by Teats to make that work, Steve? Or can I do it from diagonal?
Nope, you're so diagonal is considered, even though it's not correct by geometry, they still consider that 5 feet for walking and everything. So
all right. I cast resistance
on
right,
Teats. Cool. So then
well, you gotta roll.
Yeah,
okay. Which one do I have to roll on?
So actually, you don't have to roll.
Okay.
So it's once before the spell ends. So before Jimmy lets go. So Reeds would roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one saving throw of its choice. So let's see here. It can roll the die before or after making the saving throw. So that would be like a dexterity check, we'll say, for this. I mean, I'm honestly still kind of working through this because a saving throw would typically be called for specifically. So this one might be better for boss fights that most of their abilities call for saving throws, where a goblin, not so much. It's just kind of hit or miss. So I don't know. Reeds, you might just want to get in the back for a while.
Yeah.
So a saving throw typically is called for within.
Okay.
Hello.
Is it still my turn or am I done?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We're missing Shade.
The Dungeon Master.
Yeah, we lost the Dungeon Master.
Free for all.
So quick, we go kill the goblins before he gets back.
Yeah. I'm going to change my XP back up to 99 bazillion. I feel like I really need to read up on this stuff a lot.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah,
I'm having fun with it,
Combat's
though. I'm
kinda
having more
tricky.
fun than I thought I would, actually.
yeah.
So,
Gets easier once we get rolling too.
yeah. Yeah, I bet playing in person would be pretty dope.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Is
You
it
roll the dice.
Is it more fun that way, Kyle, or?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I really like this map that we have too.
Oh, sure.
That helps a lot.
Seems like a lot to manage on paper.
Yeah, it is. Deuce.
So does Dylan have like a choose your own adventure Goosebumps style guide that he works by, or what?
Yeah, the Dungeon Master has like a pretty much, yeah, just like you described, choose your own adventure. So you have a list of options that players, if they choose from, then this happens, and if they go here, then this happens. All the monsters and their hit points and all that stuff.
The bestiary.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I wouldn't mind doing again to fly the nerd flag a little higher would be have a magic, like a booster draft
Yeah,
for old time's sake.
yeah, that'd be fun.
I'd do that again.
All right. Hopefully that was the last time. We'll see.
Deuce.
All right. So, Jimmy, did you decide what you want to do after we kind of? I think that spell's kind of a joke for this scenario. Now that we
Okay.
kind of read it.
Pass, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going closer to that goblin, that's for sure.
What other cantrips do
Okay.
you have, Jim?
Well, so that I screwed that up, I think, because I was hoping to have I put a heal or something in there, and I picked words that sounded like heals, and didn't really read them. But I probably should have got like an attack or something.
There's not good options for cantrips for him. I was looking. There's one that's called Mend, but that was for like material mending, so like fixing stuff, not people. So anyway, I was kind of disappointed in the cantrips that I looked at. So, but there's some DPS stuff in there too, Jim. So I think you should be able to do some attack too.
Yeah, I got to change that around and get one of those attacks in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. As long as you've checked, I was just gonna look here quick, but
yeah, I haven't looked yet. I didn't even know how to get back into it.
Okay. If you're passing, then Reitz, you ready to roll?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna roll. I'm just gonna run behind everybody else. Leave them to the wolves. Yeah. And yeah,
All right.
that's all I can do.
Sounds good. Let's see here, Drakutu.
I'm going to attempt to do some damage with my classic Eldritch Blast. Does the distance they are away from me have any effect on my accuracy or anything?
It shouldn't. Does the range only have like one number on it?
Yeah, just 120 feet.
Yeah. So if the range ever has 2, it basically means that you don't have disadvantage through the first number, but then to the second number you have disadvantage roll to account for accuracy. But then that second number is the absolute max. You can't shoot at anything beyond that. So yeah, accuracy is not coming into play here.
Gotcha. Then what are components?
So if you can roll the spell. So components, so it's either I can't remember what. There's 3 of them. One is basically your voice. One is so you have to use your voice. So if you're in if you're trying to be stealthy and you have to use your voice, that could be an issue. The second one is something to do with your body movements, so you can't be tied up to do the spell. And then the third one is material components, which I'm assuming that your starting class would come with the required materials for any spell you have, but do you know which ones it requires? Which type of components?
VS, voice, and something else.
Yep. So that's voice. So you're talking and doing one of these things. So if you saw my photo there.
Sounds good.
So,
I'll roll that then. Yes.
All right.
Conjuring. Give me something.
So it looks like you rolled a 5 on the actual attack itself. So unfortunately, that flew by and missed.
Of course.
So if you read the dice, do you see the 3 numbers?
I do.
So we're always reading the top left. The right one is only used in advantage or disadvantage situations. It just rolls it automatically just so we have it if we need it. And then it's always going to roll damage just to save time. But in this situation, unfortunately, you missed. So are you going to make any movements?
No, I think I'm going to hold here.
Okay. Chislon.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a spell quick, and then my daughter's freaking out, so I'm gonna go check on her.
I couldn't hear you there for a second.
I said I'm gonna cast a spell real quick, and then I'm gonna go check on my daughter because she's freaking out. Can you hear me?
He's gone.
Dylan's gone.
Yeah. Oh wait,
No,
maybe
not.
he moved.
Dylan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? You cut out a little bit there for me.
Okay, I'm gonna cast this. And I missed, I'm sure.
Okay. That's a mess. Yeah,
All right.
That's a mess, yeah.
I'll try and be back as soon as I can.
Okay. All right, so we got, let's see here. Goblins are up, so we're going to stay put. We're going to fire off some arrows. So first will be at Drakutu. Let's see here. And you have an armor class of 13, it looks like, Kevin.
Yes.
All right. So the first goblin, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right. First goblin took a shot at Drakutu and missed by a mile. And they're still, let's see here. The second goblin's going to come a little further from the flames. He's going to find firm footing for his shot. The first one is still at a little bit of a disadvantage, so he's actually going to move to safer pastures on this next one. He's going to fire a shot also at, let's see here. He's going to take an arcing shot at Jimmy, which will then give disadvantage on the roll. All right, and that one also flew over the party's head. AC 12. Narrowly. So we'll use the rest of the goblin's turn here. We're just gonna start approaching a little bit here with this guy. So turn order. Jimmy, you're up.
Shoot, I don't know what to do. Any ideas, party? I don't have any attacks, so I can't really.
If you have no offense, I don't know.
Yeah.
You could engage in melee. You have some melee weapons.
Okay.
So let's see here. You have you're not great in melee. Your mace has a -2 attack. And it's a 1d6 -4. So you're pretty, you probably just want to stay away, honestly, because even if you hit, you're not going to do any damage. So.
God, my character sucks.
I know, at least we're at to the point that we can figure that out quickly, though.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. I don't know. Teats really can't do anything unless he gets healed up, so why don't I just heal him? He's our only chance.
That's a terrible chance.
Which one's the heaviest here?
I just can't imagine the game intended 2 goblins to wreak this kind of chaos. The woods is on fire.
Yeah, I'm kind of imagining people just sort of breeze right through this, but it's like an epic battle fighting for our lives here.
Last night it took us 90 minutes to slay 3 goblins.
we got more in than that. All right, so you're healing reeds.
Yeah.
One of your spell slots.
Yeah.
I can only get healed up to 7. So I wouldn't do anything. I'm gonna do higher than that.
Oh, I see. Yeah, your spell slots are both level 1 at this point, so it's. I guess I don't think it matters which one I would do the highest chance because I think it's costing the same.
Okay. I'll just do this one. How's that look to you, Teats?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. And then I've got to roll it somehow, don't I? Or
yeah, you just click it. Let's see here. Yeah,
did I make that happen?
All right, 6. Let's see here. All right, Reeds, did you bump yourself up then? You were healed for 6.
Yep, got it.
Sweet. All right, Jimmy, you moving at all, or you good to go?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right, Reeds, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna run up to that guy if I can. 20 feet. Is that in hitting distance where I'm at now, or do I gotta move up a square?
Yep, you are.
Okay,
you are.
So
Yep.
Then we're gonna swing the big hammer at.
So 6 + 6, 12. That unfortunately was a swing and a miss. And you don't want to necessarily run away because of the opportunity attack then that the goblin would have on you. So just FYI, if you were to run away at this point, the goblin would be able to take a swing at you anyway. Does that make sense, Reeds?
Reeds.
I'm picturing Reeds flipping open the Playboy like on the South Park. All right. Well, I think Reitz is going to stay there. I don't think he has any other options. So, going to move over to Drakudu.
All right. I think we know what I'm about to do. This guy.
And is Eldritch Blast, is that a single target? That's a hit. Is that a single target, or is it a line or a cone or single
For
target?
lower levels, it's single target, and then once I get higher up, I can target multiple.
Sweet. And what kind of energy or magic is that? Is that just... what kind of energy or magic is that?
Force.
Force damage, yeah.
Force? All right. So that's going to be a direct hit on this front guy, and he's going to get knocked back and splatted against this wall and fall dead at the base of the mountain there. So, all right.
Nice.
One down.
My first kill.
And there you go. Chislon, you're up then.
Okay. Let's go. I'm going to move here. And
if you're going to cast a spell, I think you got to be one more out of the woods there to have line of sight.
oh, right here. Okay, I'm going to cast oops. I'm going to cast Firebolt.
All right.
Jesus.
It's a miss. And we'll say it shot off this wall, so it didn't start any more fires over here. So
Okay. I'm going to move right here then.
all right.
I'm done.
Let's see here. So we got the goblins up, or goblin. So we are, let's see here. This guy's gonna take a step towards the cave, like he's running turn and fire. He's gonna fire at Reitz here. Let's see here. Reitz, your AC is 16. So let's do. All right, so that was 14. That is another miss. And his turn is over. So let's go over to Jimmy. You're up.
Nobody's dying. Yeah. I don't think Kyle or Kevin, you haven't taken any damage yet, have you?
Nope.
Okay. I'll just sneak up here, kind of be by these guys.
Yeah. And Jim, while you're waiting for your turn, you can quickly Google the cleric spells, and then once you find the damage one that you wanted, you can simply search for it in the I button at the top right.
Okay.
And then you can drag it on your character sheet. Or anyway, I hope we can figure out a way to get it on there. But
okay.
Anyway, that way you don't have so many wasted turns.
Gotcha.
All right, so we got Reitz.
All right, well, we'll try to run this guy down. Select.
So is that goblin in the water right now?
He is.
And we'll take a swing. Where's my character sheet?
That was a graze, no damage.
And I'll just stay here so I don't get a hit in the back when I try to turn it around.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Drakutu.
So I've got a chill touch, and it says the target is the space of a creature within range. So could I target the river and freeze him in there?
What's the? Oh, I see. So chill touch. So that's a. You basically have to. That's a touch. You have to be within the 5 feet.
It says 120 feet. Though.
Yeah.
120
I
feet.
bet.
So let's see here. Can you link feet? Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Yeah. No, that should work. If you roll that. One thing I don't know is the spell save difficulty check. Do you see that? It's 11. Let's see here.
Oh yeah.
At the very bottom,
Oh.
as a cleric, you use your wisdom modifier to set your DC. So when you do the math, I believe. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out.
And then I think Kyle asked this last time, but I have a spell attack bonus. Does that mean anything?
If you hit, you get that plus whatever it is.
Yeah, and that should be accounted for and linked within your character sheet. So if you look at the dice rolls, you should see those modifiers being added on at the back. So.
Gotcha. All right, I'll roll chill touch then.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
That's a hit. And then it rolled, let's see here, 1d8 damage. So, yep, I'm not sure. The ghostly skeletal hand shoots from Drakutu's hand. Let's see here. What kind of damage is it?
Necrotic.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin, I don't know if you have something in mind that happens to this goblin, but he's a goner. So we'll mark him as such.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
All right. So that's we'll just say he's evaporated. I like that.
Works for me.
All right. So that and as soon as Reitz moved over, something I need to, if you guys can just stay on me to do, is basically I'm working with a manual fog of war because I'm working with the free version here. So as soon as Reitz basically stepped over into, the sight line, this part of the map will open up. So,
gotcha.
That's how this will work. So, anyway, you can see here, this is just a thicket where the two goblins, there's nothing else over here. So yeah, that's this encounter. So let's see here. And basically these goblins typically aren't prepared. They're kind of lazy, but because the one escaped yesterday and came up and basically told them what had happened at the ambush site, these guys were kind of on their A game and waiting for you. So just some kind of context there. So let's see here. All right. So let's move everybody then. All right. So let's see here. This fire has settled down, been kind of put out, but it's still smoking. And basically what has happened then is a Chislon spots a goblin coming up just, let's see here, just emerging from the mouth of the trail, the goblin trail that you guys followed last night or yesterday going north from the ambush site. It's a pretty common trail. The goblin sees the smoke and is approaching. How would the group like to handle this? So he is basically coming in from the south here, making his way up to appears to be the cave.
We'd have advantage if we attacked from behind, right?
Yeah, you would have advantage. He would be surprised at this point. So, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's 4 of you. I don't think that the fight would be an issue.
Yeah,
You could have others.
We need to take them
You could
hostage.
have other skills that
basically. For a prisoner exchange, if they got our employers, then maybe we can. I mean, goblins probably don't care about each other that much, but
Yeah, good call, Tates.
it's a thought.
Yeah, you guys might want to review. You guys might want to review your skills to basically come up with ways that this goblin could be useful to the group. This first run will be filled with some nudges. Reed's called that one out, but
Okay.
Well, I have high athletics, so I could like try to jump on it, and then you guys could try tying it down. I don't know.
Well, I was thinking if somebody has like what it would be persuasion, probably, to like lure him to you, Reeds, and then you can jump on him.
yep. So just where you're standing here. So Chislon, as soon as you see him, you probably tuck around here to tell everyone he's heading for this side of the stream because that's the entrance. So he's going to be crossing a path, but he'll be in this area, presumably if he's headed for the cave. So
okay, Jimmy and Vin, what's your persuasion?
So it says 1.
1. Okay. Jim.
Where do I find that again?
Character sheet under core.
Core. Okay.
And then it's like acrobatics, animal handling, arcane.
yeah, so I'll be setting a difficulty check, a DC or difficulty class. So 10 is easy, 15 is kind of medium, 20 is hard, and these numbers represent your D20 modifier. So I'll roll a 20-sided dice, and then you add 4 if you have a 4 in that skill. So that's how that works.
Okay. Yeah, mine's -5. Not very persuasive.
You are. All right. So what should we do? Should we wait for him? And then can we root him somehow? And then Reeds can pounce.
Yeah, he does not know you're there. So he doesn't know you're there is kind of the...
Reeds, what's your acrobatics?
My acrobatics is low. My athletics is high.
Or athletics, I mean.
Yeah, it's a 6 plus my strength. So
you'd
my
be fine.
strength is already 18. And
yeah, let's just do that then.
All right, Reeds, so this goblin then basically then is wading through the stream, and he has emerged about right here, or he will be in the near future. It sounds like, Reeds, you're going to try to jump on him here and try to take him.
Yep.
Okay. Can you roll your athletics?
Yep.
All right. So Reeds is able to tackle the goblin, who was somewhat suspicious because of the smoke and the flames. So he was kind of looking around, but Reeds was able to come up and take him out. So at this point, Reeds, you have him kind of in your grasp. You've clamped your hand over his mouth so he's not shouting. At this point, what do you want to do?
I does somebody got some rope to come up and tie his limbs up? Or whatever.
Somebody does have
that?
rope. It's in your inventory on your character sheet. Somebody has like 20 pounds of rope, I think.
Not me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like I think it's called hempen rope. I got one on me in my backpack. If nobody can find any, just come sneak it out.
Yeah, Reeds, you have 10 pounds of it, so I wonder how. I mean, that's a pretty good size rope.
Not me.
So I guess I can just try tying him up. Well, I got my hand over his mouth, so I think somebody else needs to do it, probably.
Yeah, I mean, Reeds, you're physically overpowering this
I'm
goblin. So, I mean, you can,
dominating.
yeah, you can,
So
you can handle.
I'll tie up his arms and legs, and since I mean I'm athletic enough, I should be able to just carry him over my shoulder, right? So
Yes.
yep. How do I use the hempen rope? I guess then.
Yeah, I mean, I believe the challenge was getting him to this point. I think the tying him up was more if you have it in the inventory. That's pretty straightforward. So.
Okay, so we got him. So I would say then we should just proceed up to the cave to try to bargain with his buddies. How about you guys?
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's see here. So you're taking him as a rope hostage, so you kind of have him gagged and tied up, and then you're just hauling him around, Reeds. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's see here. So we're in a dungeon now. So we're going to be running just combat turns for the most part. Actually, we'll just run combat turns. So you guys will just have to let me know as far as what your marching order is, and we can enter the hideout.
Do we want your high perception up front, or is that too risky to get you killed in there? I don't know.
Oh, and then something else I didn't mention. I'm assuming the group, I mean, Reeds, you're at 11. You can decide if you want to take an hour short rest just to get that up to full health before entering the cave. I feel like, between tying up that goblin and stuff, you're running pretty close there anyway. If you want to hang out, that's up to you guys, but something just to consider going forward if you want to heal up.
I mean, it's only one, but yeah. Does anybody else have anything that they'll get from doing that? Probably.
Spell slots are not replenished. You need a long rest for that, which is a long rest. I think a long rest is like 8 hours. Looking now. Anyway, I would say that a long rest isn't feasible at this point. So a short rest. Yeah, so a long rest is a period of extended downtime, at least 8 hours, and that's where you get all your spell slots back. That's where you basically are fully replenished after a long rest. A short rest is a period of downtime, at least 1 hour long, during which a character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds. So basically, on your character sheet, you have a hit die. So I'm looking at Reetz's now, and you have a hit dice. It's smack dab in the middle of your character sheet underneath kind of your hit point section. And what you do there is after, let's see here. So a character can spend one or more hit dice. So you're only level 1, so you only have one. Basically, you can just, after an hour rest, you can use those hit dice and you roll a D10 Reeds, and that's how many health you get, or that's how much health you get. So no matter what, you're going to be fully replenished. And then you need to take a long rest to replenish your hit dice. So,
okay. Well, I mean,
did that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm one person, but everybody else?
Yeah.
It's a pretty, I mean, I can explain it later, but it's pretty easy. So, all right. So you guys then, Reed's don't bother rolling because you only need one. So you guys took an hour rest, and now you're ready to enter the cave. As soon as you let me know what your party marching order is, we'll just use the leader's token to kind of move us around the cave, and then we'll bring everybody into battles as necessary. So who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay. All right. So appearing into, let's see here. I'm going to get the Fog of War going. So if you buy the annual membership, it basically does this for me based on where your token sits, but I'm not ready to make that kind of commitment. Let's see here. All right. So all right. So do you guys, when you enter, you see a large cavern about sloping upwards very steeply. So you're kind of starting at a base level, and then what happens is that this cave is kind of built into a hillside, so the different chambers and everything appear to all be above ground level. So just kind of looking forward here, you see Chislon is able to see kind of a staircase going off to the right. Yep, and then also sees up ahead a staircase that veers off upwards to the right, further into the chamber. And then on the left side of the stream here, sees some kind of loose rubble that's coming down from a higher area. How would you like to proceed? And, you know, something, I mean, I guess if you're actually walking through this, you kind of have to think like common sense, maybe what you would be doing before entering a dark cave. So anyway, that's the only hint I'll give, I guess.
You need a torch.
I don't have one.
Anybody got a light?
I do.
I don't either.
Yeah, I've got a candle.
Okay. So I would say the natural sunlight, it starts to get pretty dark about right here.
Okay.
So this is kind of where you need to think about light sources. In here, the sunlight is still providing ample light.
Well, let's investigate over here then.
Investigate here. All right. So let's see here. So Chislon, he probably stays in the water here to create some distance. But he basically is met with, let's see here, ferocious dog barking and snapping and the clatter of chains. So just, let's see here, get everybody up to speed here.
Oh,
So let's see here. Let's see. So just inside the cave mouth, a few uneven stepstones lead up to a small, let's see here. Looking down, so Chislon looking down, you see a dank chamber on the east side of the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and the sound of rattling chains greet your ears, where 3 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite, basically a pillar of natural rock. I don't know how to say that. Judging by the chain, the wolves can't reach the targets standing on the steps, but the chain or the rod or the rod doesn't seem incredibly strong. A narrow opening on the east wall leads to a natural chimney, so that's over here, and I'm just gonna unclear that because you can see that from there. On the east wall, let's see here. leads to a natural chimney that climbs about 30 feet. At the base of the fissure is rubbish that's been discarded through the opening above. So you have these wolves kind of snapping at you, and just because, let's see here, I'll throw the rest of the characters up here. Do you guys have a preference on? I mean, I'll just kind of bunch you up here at this point. Maybe get Reeds there. Okay. At this point, how would you like to proceed? And always, I mean, especially for the starter set, I mean, definitely should be kind of reviewing your skill listing to see what would apply. So that's another kind of.
Is it possible to target like the rubble back here and make it fall on these dudes, or?
I would say that would be. We can try it, but just judging off the rubble, it's kind of garbage and stuff. It's not super like strong rock, so I don't know how much damage it would do.
Okay.
So this leads up 30 feet, and you can see that you can actually there's something up above that. Anyway, it's basically leading up to an area above. I'm not sure what's up there. So.
Okay. Well, what
and
do you guys
then
want to do?
Reeds is here, so you can see that this is kind of the full pit here. So it's basically just a kennel. Goblins have wolves as pets, and you've kind of stumbled into the kennel. So.
Would
throw our prisoner to the wolves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that'll keep him quiet. So then, well,
it might make him talk.
Yeah.
Wolves can talk.
Oh, he means the prisoner.
Oh.
So should we go walk up and shove this goblin's face in front of the dogs and scare him into telling us more about this place we're about to go invade in?
Who do you work for?
You can come in. You can come in and be the good cop and say, "I'll heal you." Yeah.
All right.
So basically, I guess I'm walking like not quite. No, that's a little too close. Oh, I'm stuck in the whatever. I'm gonna.
Reese, did you just go attempt to? Did you do that on purpose?
Well, I wanted to get close to the dogs to shove the goblin's face into him. You know, intimidate him a little bit.
All right. So that's the party's will then, is to basically try to intimidate this goblin to talk.
Sure.
All right. So I'm gonna say that the wolves. Reeds, do you have any skills that would help with this?
I mean, I got a high persuasion, I guess. Or yeah.
I think there's something. So I think intimidation, even, right?
Yeah. I mean, I got that. That's fine. I mean, I got 16 charisma, and then +3 for the intimidation. Maybe.
Okay. So, yeah, I think I'll give you. I think it's advantage right now for intimidation roll because the wolves already kind of have this goblin pretty shook. So if you start intimidating him, can you roll a intimidation check if that's what you choose to do?
Yeah.
It's a 5. Let's see here. So in totality, that's an 8. And can you roll it one more time? Because I'm giving you advantage, so it's the higher of the.
Rip.
Okay. So unfortunately, these wolves were kind of raised and fed by goblins. So unfortunately, your intimidation tactic doesn't work, and the goblin refuses to talk.
What say now, boys?
And as you do that, the wolves are kind of feeling goaded at this point, and they are lashing against their chains. and you can see that that rod might not hold all day.
Well, are we gonna kill some dogs?
Sounds
I would
like it.
also encourage. I would also encourage you to review your skill sheets, everyone.
Oops.
Oh, does somebody have animal handling?
Yes. Well, I have 3.
Yeah.
Oh. I have 2.
Okay, so there is a thing where you can help. In a turn, you can essentially help the another player, and they gain advantage for that roll. So you basically give up your turn to help. So in this case, Kevin may want to assist, or I'm sorry, Drakudu may want to assist Chislon with basically handling the wolves and trying to calm them down. That would gain Chislon advantage on the difficulty check roll.
Okay.
All right, let's do that.
So you want me to roll animal handling?
Yes.
So roll again so you get advantage. Okay, I think you guys are gonna have to fight some wolves. All right, so let's see here. So that did not work at all. The wolves seem to be in more of a fever as far as trying to get by their chains. The chain, you can see actually the rod makes a kind of a squeaking noise. Doesn't go off yet, but looks to be hanging by a thread. So at this point, how would the party like to proceed?
Tank and spank.
So I've got this skill called Armor of Gathis, and I can protect myself, and I get extra hit points. And if I am hit with melee attacks, I deal damage. Is that helpful?
Is it a? It's a spell.
Could you link it? Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, it's a spell.
And yeah, you need a cup of water, which obviously you're pretty much standing in water, so you're good there. And actually, the duration is an hour. So this protective magical force surrounds you, manifesting as a spectral frost that covers you and your gear. You gain 5 for the duration. So the duration would be almost the entire dungeon. If a creature hits you with a melee attack while you have these hit points, the creature takes 5 cold damage. Yeah, I think that would be. I think that'd
the
be really
dog a melee attack.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Can I move there first?
Oops.
What?
Oh. So I think that's where we need to look at. That's what I'm wondering. So that the spell save DC, I Googled it quick and it wasn't super clear as to what that means. But to me, if it's not, I'm wondering if you have to meet that DC for the spell to work. So let's play it like that the rest of this session, and then I'll look into it for the next time. But if you can roll that spell, Kevin, and see what comes up.
All right. It says cast at what level? I'm assuming 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's asking me to type something.
Here, I'm just looking at Reddit really quick to see what that is.
Oh.
All right, spell saved DC is what a saving throw for a spell is made against. It's equal to 8+. Okay, so yeah, you don't. That's not relevant for. We don't need to roll. If you're casting that, then it just takes a spell slot and it's an automatic success. So
Oh, okay.
What I understand that DC to be is if you cast it on an opponent, that is the roll that they need to meet to dodge it. So I think a wolf could potentially not get the frost damage if they meet the right if they meet the right dexterity check, but that's for another night. I need to look into it a little bit more. All right, so Drakudu, if you cast that, if you can just add a marker to your token, just to kind of track that, so I remember. And then let's see here.
Wait, is that? Let's see. Is that what you mean by the marker?
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
Jimmy Chislon reads. All right, so let's see here. Turn, and then. All right. So let's see here, Jimmy, you're up, and that thing's hanging by a thread. So if you can see your turn order, not to ruin suspense, but that's when it appears that you have about less than 30 seconds until that they kind of break themselves free.
The dogs, that is.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I do have a mending cantrip. Could I mend the thing that's about to fail?
Yeah.
Oh. There you go.
Why don't we try that
Can
out?
you just link that quick?
Sure.
Yeah, can we link that quick? I'm thinking that will work. Let's see here. Instantaneous.
You have to touch
So
it.
you do need to touch it. So
Which square is it?
this is something where, yeah, the thing is kind of about right there. So it's you would be it would take, you can think of some creativity about distracting the dogs maybe first, but that would be a tall task to get back there.
Well, what's my
I like the
agility?
thought process though.
Yeah.
That was good.
Is there any way I can
what's that?
Euro step in between a couple of these dogs and do a quick jelly
let's see
layup?
here. Yeah, no, I have. Let's see here. What is your athletics? I think you'd probably want to have some kind of combination. I think you got to go for it though, just based on the turn order. Because by the time your turn rolls around again, I think you're gonna have some issues. So.
Yeah, acrobatics I'm like a -1, athletics like a -5. I don't know. Probably. Maybe that idea is not going to work.
No matter where I'm not sure where that wrought iron actually is, but no matter where it is, the dogs are at the end of their leash towards you guys. So they're going to be creating kind of a wall there. So anyway, I was trying to think how that would work, but.
Yep. Oh, I Googled which cantrips are like better for clerics. So I don't know if want to change that around now or wait till next time or whatever, but I think I know what I'm going to get instead.
It's up to you guys. I think I have enough energy to kind of get to these wolves, and then I'm probably done for the night.
Okay.
So let's just see how we see how we fare, and then we'll just set it up for next time.
Okay. Has anybody taken any damage from these guys yet or not?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Then I don't know. I'll probably just move myself into line of sight.
We could use all our spells that we have because we're going to be taking a long rest here soon after this encounter.
Yep. Might as well.
So
So I'll just move up here a little bit and probably call it good then.
Sounds good. All right, Chislon.
okay,
And I mean, you guys, obviously, if you think that it's desperate, you can start taking shots.
I'm going to use this is a spell, Burning Hands. Wait, I better just check and make sure I'm in the range. Whoops. Shoot, I gotta move up. Okay. All right, Burning Hand. So each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. So I'll roll 3d6.
Burning Hands. So, Kevin, you had 5 temporary hit points, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'm just gonna modify that on here quick. So, all right, sweet. All right, Kyle. So you're doing Burning Hands here.
Thank you.
One action.
Yeah.
So it's a 15-foot cone. But you cast it on yourself. So
no, I cast it on these.
As you hold your hands with thumbs, touching flames. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes. Okay, so it's a 10. So I need to roll. So each wolf then needs to roll a
10.
dexterity check here. Yep. All right. Character sheet. Let's go. So they are super dexterous. Just warning you now. They're nimble. 2.
But wouldn't they be at a disadvantage because they're chained up? Still, technically.
Oh, that's a good call. I like that. There's not a lot of wiggle move. In fact, I'm just gonna say that hits on all of them if they're chained at the end of their leash like that. Because a 15-foot cone, that's gonna cover their entire area, right? So that's a hit. So what kind of damage are we talking here? So 3d6 on a failed save. All right. Was that a spell slot, Grimsy?
Yeah.
Okay. So 3d6. All right, I'll open these up now. All right, so the first one, 13. All right, so you just eliminated all 3 wolves. So
nice. Wait, did you have to roll 3d6 or did I?
Oh, sorry, I rolled it for you, I guess.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
Yeah, apologies. I got ahead of myself and rolled for you. But the wolves, just FYI, had 11 hit points.
Okay.
So anyway, they're all wiped out.
Okay.
Mark them as such. I thought that was going to be much more of a significant fight after that goblin fiasco out front.
Yeah, the goblins ain't got nothing on this party.
All right, sweet. So, I mean, wolves at that point are fried. So they're just kind of laying there. The party at this point then is choosing to camp for the night. Is that, or should we say, it's up to you guys how you want to handle it. We'll pick it up next time either way, but a short rest might be more realistic. But I mean, I'm fine with a long rest at this point too, just because, like I said, the goblins out front took a while. So, and actually, let's do it this way. Having heard that explosion, a goblin comes running, or 4 goblins come running down the passage. How's the group going to handle that? Do they want to charge in right away, or do they want to flee back to their camp from the night prior?
We all know the answer to
that. It was pretty loaded. I'm just trying to give an excuse for you guys leaving again after like 15 minutes. So.
Let's go back to our camp.
So,
then we can maybe try to.
Sounds good. So we'll do it.
Yeah, fuck up.
We will do a long rest. I forgot we have a prisoner. Reeds, let's add a quick token so we don't forget about him again.
Good idea.
There's not a great one, but we can do something like that. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how. I mean, obviously, you guys come in, kind of nuke the place in more than one areas. You nuke the forest, and then you killed all the wolves with fire. So they might think they'll probably think like a dragon hit them or something. But they might. It'll be interesting to see how they respond the next time you revisit the cave. See how they respond to it. So.
Okay.
Anyway, with that,
that was fun, Steve.
We'll just pick this up next time.
Yeah.
Good job. Cool. Yeah, no, I'm glad we didn't make it all the way through because now I don't have to prep for the next time we pick it up. So, just let me know. When works, and I'll get something on the calendar. So.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
All right.
Good stuff,
Thanks, boys.
See you guys.
All right. See ya.
Have a good night.